No sir, no Maybach, but I ain't got a chauffeur. I'm in it for the bread, put you in a toaster.
Hey, my goddess army, welcome back to Goddessry of Me, where the vibes always take place over here, where we're in our divinity and our glow up season. And yeah, so recently I was requested to do like a full curly hair tutorial from one of my shorts. Somebody left a comment and I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah. Now, this is a V-part kinky curly unit that I got from Gita Hair. I've had it for about 9 months, going on 9 months now. I like to sew my half wigs and V-part unit wigs down to my anchor braids. I like create a little braid pattern that I found on YouTube from one of the girlies. And then I braid the hair, well, my hair, then I sew the unit down to my braids. That's if I'm trying to keep it nice and minimalistic. You know, I am a mom of a toddler and sometimes I'm just going and I don't be having the time to really sit here and do like complex styles every single day, every single week. So this helps me. And yes, if you're asking if I wash my hair with the unit sewn to my braids, I do. I make sure I thoroughly dry everything so that my hair under it is not smelling. You know, I really take pride in caring for my wigs or my extensions, units, whatever you want to call them, like I would care for my actual natural hair. Okay, I don't play about that because if I'm spending my money on it, if I'm buying it, it's now a part of me at this point. You know what I'm saying? So you want to treat it like it means something. You don't want to just be getting units and then just treating them like trash. So it just goes hand in hand, like, and then you wonder why you would get frustrated. And I know I used to be this way where it's like, okay, I'm getting these units, but I'm not really caring for them when I know I could increase the longevity. So what you're seeing now is you have an influx of people complaining about like how their units and stuff is not lasting them, which don't get me wrong, a lot of these new units, the construction be trash. It just be not the same quality of hair that we used to have. But you also don't want to go on a dumping spree and then just be buying bundles every other week and then discarding them as if you can't revive them or take care of them. So I always tell the girlies, like, if you always want to know how to maintain or like do maintenance, I will show you on my channel. I recently did a beauty supply run and I picked up the Camille Rose Rosemary Strengthening Mist, and I've been liking it for my natural hair and also my extensions. It's just like a nice rosemary mist to get the hair nice and detangled or prepare the hair to receive other benefits or treatments. You know, it just gives me a good base to work with. So I'm spraying that first and foremost before I go in with anything else, and I'm just simply detangling my curls, making sure I'm not pulling too hard on my hair. And I call this my curly routine prep situation. This is basically getting everything ready for me to do the actual curly hair routine. I don't just go straight in with, you know, wetting the sections. I make the sections first. This just helps me. This is how we always do it in the Black households. I'm sorry, but our mamas is always going to section that hair off, baby. I don't care if it's 4 to 6 sections, 6 to 8 sections. We need sections. Okay. That is just how I work. More efficiently. Going over some key essentials. First and foremost, this brush, y'all, has become my newest obsession when it comes to achieving those beautiful spiral curls or ringlets. It just really does the job. As you can see, it has ridges across the entire frame of the brush, and I'm going to demo that later. But you're going to start with the first section. I'm starting in the back, and I'm going to really get my hair nice and coated with water. You don't want it dripping, soaking wet, like fresh out the shower wet, but you do want it wet. I'm using this Design Essentials Kukui and Coconut Leave-In Conditioner to first smooth my hair and prepare it to receive the gel so that it's not super hard and crunchy. And then I'm going to take my star of the show, this brush, and really utilize the ridges and slide the brush down, and look at that formation with the brush. Just absolutely flawless with the curls. And then I do like light scrunching in the end. I clip him out of my way and move on to the next section.
Where in the world is all the time? So many things I still don't know. So many times to change my mind. Guess I was born to make mistakes, but I ain't scared to take away. So when I stumble off the path, I know how hard will I need. Yeah. Ooh, hey, I'm trying to decide which way to go. Think I made a wrong turn, that there's somewhere. Ooh, hey, ooh, I'm trying to decide which way to go. think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere.
All right, my love. So when you get to the front of your hair, I like to be very detailed because I am blending my natural curly hair with the texture of this V-part wig. And I'm going to actually do some finger coiling. I do this very strategically to blend my natural hair with the unit. I don't want it to look super like disconnected and out of place. So when you have to take certain parts of the hair and go in and finger coil it, do not be afraid to do that. It's going to give so much definition to the curls. And overall, you're just going to have a really nice pattern going with the routine. So yeah, I will continue to do that in the front, use the brush for bigger sections, and then do some finger coiling along the way. Now I'm going to bust out my secret weapon. I use the Joyful, I think I'm saying it right, Joyful melting mousse. It's a supreme hold mousse that protects your edges, has some like skincare in there a little bit, but this doesn't break my edges out. This does not break them off or nothing crazy like that. It is, I believe it's water-based, so you can wash it right out, and no heavy crazy product buildup. The hold is insane, and I really mesh my hair well. So this is me the next morning, and I'm just basically going to break the gel cast. If you don't know what the gel cast is, it's usually when the hair hardens after you use those products, but you don't want to keep your hair that way. You want to break that gel cast. So I'm going in with my Pros hair oil. This is a customized hair oil from the brand after I did my survey and everything. Been loving this, by the way. The whole system, the shampoo, conditioner, just love it down. And what I'm going to do is drench my hands in the oil and start separating the curls. Once the curls are separated to my liking, I go in with our famous good old pick. It could be a classic hair pick, baby. You don't even have to be nothing fancy. Just get you a hair pick, okay? So that you can lift those roots and then really get that voluminous, like volumizing look with your curls. I don't like the curls to be super flat, so I like to go in with this. And it blends my natural hair a little bit better in the front with the extensions. And this is how everything is starting to look. Absolutely in love. That at this point, I'm just doing my edges and kind of like sealing the deal with everything. The hair is about, I would say 95 to 100% dry. There's like tiny spots where it's like dampness, but I don't let that bother me. I just usually leave those spots alone until they become completely dry. And then throughout the day, I'll just finger separate and go from there. But always don't be afraid to separate. I would not run my fingers through because that's going to cause frizz. But yeah, that's about it. After I'm done with my edges, this is how we're looking. Love, love, love my curls. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Mwah.